So the news conference in Fargo is underway.
Yep.
The arrest of 21-year-old Joshua Height of Fargo for murder. This involves 25-year-old Isadora Wengel of West Fargo, who was last seen New Year's Eve and reported missing then a week later. So we're going to listen into the news conference about this murder arrest in Fargo.
The evidence leading to establishment of the probable cause and arrest, I feel, is strong. Collectively, we all feel it's strong, and the investigation into his culpability will continue even post-arrest. However, in order to bring closure and justice to the family, we need to recover Isadora's body, and we're going to ask again for the public's assistance in doing so. As I said, we believe this to be a heinous and diabolical crime, and we believe that there may be some dismemberment involved. What we're asking the public to do, from Fargo to Moorhead to Fergus, Battle Lake, and Otter Tail County, is the following. Based on the fact that we know the disposal of her body occurred in extremely cold weather with significant snow on the ground, we now find ourselves in the midst of a midwinter thaw, which may reveal her whereabouts. We know that Mr. Height had sent and received a specific type of black tote, shown here on the screen. There was actually 2 of these delivered to his apartment. Only one was recovered during the search warrant on January 9th. We're asking community members in these areas to search their properties, especially those in rural areas near roadways throughout this area we've described, for any sign of this type of tote or any sign of Isadora. We certainly don't want anyone to endanger themselves during this endeavor, but simply, if they're able to do that, check their properties, and if they observe anything, this type of a tote or something they suspect to be potentially Isadora, notify the authorities, and we will take it from there. Going forward, this case will continue to be challenging, but we're committed to justice for the family and accountability for the perpetrator. Again, the uniqueness of the case at this juncture, without having the actual body of the victim, creates some difficulties that we would not normally have to overcome. But I would say, based on really outstanding and tremendous investigative work, we've gotten to the point where we're able to make an arrest, and we feel we have a strong case to move forward. But we will continue to need these other pieces, and we'd really appreciate the public's assistance on this next piece. People have been tremendous in sending this video. All of those things that have happened over the last 35 days have been significant in making progress in this investigation. So please, in terms of the public, help us help the family in this heinous incident so that we can bring it to full fruition. In terms of how to manage tips, if you're in the Fargo-Moorhead metro area, serviced by the Red River Regional Dispatch Center, call the non-emergency line and let them know what you found, observed, any information. They will forward that to our department so that those leads will be created and followed up on. If you're out in Otter Tail County, out in those areas, call your local jurisdiction. Same thing, we've had tremendous assistance from Fergus Falls, Otter Tail County, all those entities out there. Everyone is tracking what we're trying to accomplish. So just go through those jurisdictional authorities, and we can certainly follow up from there. Again, I want to send our condolences to the family. This is a very rough time for them, as you can imagine. This is a crime that is hard to imagine someone could commit, but we believe this is exactly what's happened. We really need some additional assistance in bringing it to full fruition. And also want to recognize this really outstanding work of all of these personnel across the board in all these different entities. They have worked tirelessly, many hours, many days, weekends, etc., to get us to this point. We're committed to finishing. I am able to take a couple questions, but I'll just caution you that I'm not able to provide any more specific evidentiary information.
Yeah, Chief. There we go. In the event that this could possibly be a case of human remains maybe being transported across state lines, is there a chance that federal authorities could have a greater role in this case at some point in the future?
That would involve potential federal violations if that were the case, yes.
Two questions. The first one was Mr. Height, the man who was originally detained when the search warrant was served in early January.
Yes, he was.
What changed between then and now that led to his arrest yesterday?
Sure. We did the search warrant on January 9th, a couple days after the initial report. And there was no probable cause to make an arrest at that time. So I think obviously he was a strong person of interest. And the work that's been done over the last 35 days developed that probable cause, which puts us in a position to make that arrest.
Can you say what that is?
No, I can't get into those specifics, but there's a lot of efforts, some that are still even ongoing as we speak in terms of scientific evaluation and things of that nature.
Are you able to say anything about their relationship, how long they had been together?
I don't know, but we can probably find that for you.
Over the last few days, this case has gotten some national attention on some outlets. Has that at all helped you here locally with this case and where we are today?
Well, I think the connection, if you're referencing like the Guthrie kidnapping in Tucson, I think that this case has drawn that national attention following maybe that particular investigation. But certainly the more that gets out it would only help the case at this juncture because we really need that assistance. Whether that's national or not, I think the answers probably lie here in the Minnesota, North Dakota region, but certainly getting that information out is helpful.
As far as it pertains to what the public can assist with, I just noticed that the original post asking for people to be on the lookout in Otter Tail County for the Subaru Impreza has been updated to just say, we still need more information. Are we basically only looking for Isadora and or the tote, or is the Impreza still of any evidentiary value?
I think the big priority needs to be Isadora and the tote. And I think if there's other information that filters in about that car, that's still good information that we would want to have. But as I said, really from the family perspective and the ability to bring this case through the justice system, we really need to locate her.
Now that he's been detained, has he been cooperative? And one would believe maybe not because you haven't found Isadora.
Well, he's been arrested, which is, yeah, that's fine, no problem. And we're not able to comment on any of that information that's investigatory in nature. But I would also, as you may remember from the first press conference, this caused, I think, some questions on your part when we said she was last seen on December 31st and the father reported her missing on January 7th. We went with the 31st because that's the last day that the father saw her. We found statements from Mr. Height regarding when he last saw her to not be credible. So along those lines, we're going to keep everything open.